Good morning. We can get started here in just a minute. I'm gonna give everybody a second to log on. Hey, Sarah. Let's see.
Right.
We're gonna start in one more minute. Go ahead and get my screen shared real quick. All right, so today, let me make sure I'm sharing the right screen. Yep, I am. Okay. So today we're going to talk about Google Business, and I personally think this is one of the biggest opportunities that you can have as an agent, as far as getting your name out there, as far as spreading the word and potentially picking up business from people that you do not know. So first, before we dive into this, I'm going to show you my Google Business page. I'm going to show you kind of how I use it, as well, and then we'll go through the steps of how to set it up. So first and foremost, if you want to look at Google Business page, you can view my profile. So of course my team name's 270 Homes Group. Couple of key things inside of here is you have your own Google Business page. As you can see here, inside of here, people can read your reviews. You can add photos. You can also look at performance metrics. So, for example, since April of this year, I've had 404 business interactions. These are from people that I otherwise may not have been in front of. I've received 15 phone calls, and I can tell you that at least 3 of those phone calls I was able to track did lead to listings. I don't really use the booking side, so it's not going to have that. And then directions on how to reach. Of course, I have it attached to our office, so how to reach our office, as well as 134 website clicks. So that's 134 people that got on my website that did some sort of Google search in order to be able to find me. And the more that you put into your Google Business page, the better chance that you're going to have to be able for people to be able to find you. So, for example, if I come to Google and say real estate agents in 270 area code, let's just see what pulls up. Of course, you got your paid ads and things along those lines, but you can see here, as soon as I did that, 270 Homes Group, of course, having my name as part, or our name as part of the zip code, doesn't hurt. But even without that, you can see we're the second one on realtor.com. And then it pulls through a bunch of other people on this left hand side. So what you ultimately want to get to, and I'm still working to get there, is real estate agents in any given city. So if I were to say Owensboro, Kentucky, here's what we know: you can pay to become one of these agents at the very top. Or you can just work on your business profile. When you work on your business profile, as you can see, I'm the third one of all of them. And part of the reason that it is that way is it ranks off of reviews. So you can see I have the third most reviews of everybody. Now, obviously, as if you're a newer agent, you'll have to build to this, but I would probably have over actually, I know I would have over 1,000 reviews if somebody would have sat down and showed me this when I first started my career. So that's why I wanted to go ahead and do this class with you all, so that you get a head start, and that once you're as far along as me in the journey, you'll definitely be one of the top 2 or 3 that reach that page. But also understand that even if you're not the top 2 or 3, people will still find you just by going through this process and by filling this out. Couple of key things. Obviously, the address. This is going to be the office address. What are your hours? Put 24 hours. Even if you don't work 24 hours, put 24 hours, and here's why. I did a class with Google one time, and what they told me is if during your closed hours, they will suppress you down the search function. So if you have, I work 9 to 5, for example, somebody does a Google search for you at 8 p.m., they might find you, but you're going to be on the second or third page. So always put 24 hours. That way you look like you're open. Obviously, the phone number is going to be whatever phone number you're using for your business. And in my case, it's my cell phone number. As well as you can do appointments through Google. We'll do a different class on that for a different day. Questions, answers, reviews. It pulls Facebook reviews, also, as well as people can fill out reviews on Google also. And then this is just our bio. You have the option to fill that out. I'm going to show you how to do all of that. And then probably one of the biggest two things that you can do. Number one is to add updates. So when you come in, you can add an update. It can be a photo. So you could come in and we'll just say, hey, I want to throw this photo on here. And you can do photos of houses, anything, a photo of yourself, things along those lines. Call me to buy or sell a home. Oops. Buy or sell a home. You can add a button, call now, and then hit post. Just by making that post, as simple as that post was, just a graphic I had saved on my computer, I can post homes, other things. I do a lot of blog posts, so if you've watched any of my blog post trainings, you can see these are the updates that we're doing. Videos, every once in a while I'll shoot a video on there, things like that. Let me view all for you. So you can see a bunch of different things. Sometimes it's videos, sometimes it's a blog post, sometimes it's training we're doing in the office, or just some graphic that I created, things along those lines. The more that you update this, the more from an SEO, that's search engine optimization, the better chance you have that you're going to show up in the Google profiles. The other thing you're going to want to do is make sure that all of your social media is linked as well. It's kind of the combination of all these things. One is initial setup, spending the time, and we're about to walk through how to do that. And then number two is making sure that at least once a week you're coming in and posting something to your Google page. Treat this Google just like you would Facebook, Instagram, anything along those lines. The more frequent you post on this, the better chance that when somebody does a search, you find your way up towards the top. So, all right, let's go ahead and dive in. Oh, by the way, one more thing before we dive in. You can advertise on Google. Just click the Google ads here. It is not cheap, but when you do the paid Google ads, that's when you get at the very top as a sponsor. So you see John Reynolds and Whitney Hahn. They all do paid ads. If you were to click more real estate agents, you can see they're really the only ones doing sponsored ads, at least in 42303. If we were to check some other areas, I'm sure we'll get some different people. Let's just try that real quick. It looks like really they're the only two, at least in Owensboro. Now, if we were to switch to 42101, or what, 42202 actually. 42202. I think that's it. I'm just picking a random one. You can see here's some other people that do it. So in Owensboro, there might be an opportunity behind Google. Hey DJ, what's the address or the zip code in Henderson? I'm just drawing blank on it right now.
It's 42420.
42420. That's the one I was trying to think of. There we go. So in Henderson, only one person is advertising there. And then Sarah and Jackie, obviously in your areas, you can come and check this and see if it's something you would like to do. But let's go ahead and dive into how do we get this thing set up. First thing, I just want you to come to Google. You're going to go to do a Google search for Google Business. That's all you have to do. It's going to pop up. It should be the second link right here. You can see sign in to continue to Google Business profile. So I want you to click that button. Then we're going to go through and type in your business name. So I'm going to do John Doe. Well, here, let me create something that Matt Brown Realty. Of course, you'll put in whatever name you want there. And it's not going to find your business because you've already created one. So if you did have a business, I'm going to show you this in case any of you have already started one. If you do start typing in, you can click here and it'll take you straight to the page you've already created. But for this case, we're creating a new one. Brown Realtor, and then you're going to click add your business to Google. It's going to ask for your business name. So Matt Brown Realtor. Create a business with this name. Business category, you're going to type in real estate. I'm going to click real estate agent. We're going to hit next. And then do you want to add a location? This is very important. You want to add a location. Most of this runs through Google Maps. So what I mean by that, just a little side note, And especially keep in mind, most people are going to be on their phones when they're doing this. So if they go to Google Maps and they do a search for real estate agent, I have no idea what's going to pull up, y'all. Hopefully we're up here somewhere. There it is. So you can see here, this is why we attach it to an address, because now they can click here and actually come, or click here and actually get directions straight to our office. So that's why you want to do that, just so you know. All right, now back to where I was. Hold on, I lost my page. Here we go. I'm going to add a address. Of course, we're going to put in the address, then click next. And then it's going to ask you, are any of these your business? We're going to check none of these. It's just redirecting off your address. Do you provide deliveries or home and office visits? So if you visit or deliver to your customers, you can let them know that you're willing to go to them. We're going to check yes, because we are willing to go to our customers for listing appointments, things along those lines. And then add the areas you service. So in here is where you're going to put the cities that you service. So whatever your local city is, but don't be afraid to expand outside of your local area. So just for example, I don't really sell in Henderson, but if I wanted to, I would include Henderson, Kentucky on this as well. And just know sometimes you have to actually put in the Kentucky. Oh, why is it not typing? And then why is it not pulling up Henderson? It's very strange. Yeah, I saw it. There we go. So Henderson, Kentucky. You can add these, add as many of these as you want. You can go as big as small. So Philpott's just a small little town here right outside of Owensboro. Lewisport, again, if I'm in E-Town, I'm doing Elizabethtown, I'm doing Fort Knox, I'm doing Louisville, I'm doing Bardstown, Shepherdsville. I'm doing everything with basically what I want y'all to think of is good on a map. Where am I willing to drive to buy or sell, to help buyers or sellers? And then put every city you can possibly in that little circle, if you will, put every single city in there. I'm going to take these out for now, but you want to add as many as you possibly can. Then what's your phone number? I don't know if it's going to let me put this in because it's probably already tied to my phone number, but we'll try. And then your website. Hit next. I'm hoping it doesn't give me an error here. Okay, it did. Then it's going to ask you to get verified. Now, I'm not going to move forward from this point and showing you this because I don't want to create a fake business on Google that would distract away from your business or my business potentially. But just know from here, you're going to click the phone code and it'll have your cell phone number. It's the number you just put in. You have more options, but I would just do the cell phone and hit next. Actually, I think I can hit next without verifying. It's going to ask you, do you want a text message or a call? Do a text message, hit next. On your phone, you're going to get a code. Now, if I go in and put this code in, from there, it's going to verify and it's going to ask me like 2 more questions. And then we're basically done. But I don't want to do that because, again, I don't want to create a fake business that would distract away from y'all's potential business. So, but that's all you have to do in order to be able to set up your Google business page. Once that's done, then you'll be able to come in and look up your Google business page. As long as you're logged in under whatever profile that you created that business page for, then you'll have the ability to come in and edit anything you want. So I can come here and go to edit profile. I can change the name. I can change what my primary things are, my description, phone number, all the things. I can change anything inside of here. I can also come back and read reviews. By the way, it gives me a red dot if we received a new review. So you can see here, we have a couple of new reviews. One thing I'll tell you is always reply to your reviews. That gives you an extra bump in interaction. So I just simply say, thank you for using 270 Homes Group for your real estate needs. You can obviously create more customized reviews if you would like, but obviously we have a few reviews, so I've been slacking and haven't done this recently. I think that catches us up. So you're always going to, and by the way, just in case you have some reviews, you've built it out, or you're like me and you only come visit this maybe once a month or once a week or so, you can come to unreplied and it'll actually tell you who you haven't replied to. and you can go through and just copy and paste in all of the replies that you want. And I'm not going to go through and do all of those right now for the sake of time. Then again, you can look at your photos that you've put in place. So you can see here's all the photos that we posted. You can add a photo. So if you get a new headshot, I think I have headshots on here. One second. Actually, I'm just going to find one that we're going to use. We are going to use, I had a team one on here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to use this one. Oh, it's blurry. I don't like that. I'm deleting it. By the way, if you upload one, you'll instantly tell if it's blurry or not. So you can do that. A couple other things, like I said, you can review performance. You can do advertisement. You can edit. Edit services is another thing you'll want to spend time on. Obviously, your buyer's agents, seller's agents, real estate investing. You can do anything. If you have a specialty, like you specialize in investors, you can make that the first thing that you use. In bookings, this is where you can actually set up where people can book an appointment directly through you, whether through the calendar Google app or through Linktree. I'm gonna do a class next month on Linktree. I think it's a huge opportunity for all of us as far as communication. So more on that later. But just know you can go through the calendar app here and set up where basically if anybody clicks on your calendar, you can see right here, somebody can come in and book a real estate consultation with me, and I have my own custom page inside of here. So it comes and says, okay, what's the next date that he's available? 16th, and they get to pick any of these times. They pick a time, they're going to put in their information and click book. Let me just throw some stuff in here so I can show you what this looks like. I always ask for birthday just so I can add them to the database. You can customize all of that, by the way. So we did the 16th at 4 p.m. And what was really great is when you come to your calendar, you can see here, it automatically books it and puts it on your calendar. You also receive an email here, the appointment's booked, telling who booked it, what their contact information, what the address is, and what their birthday is, and then you can reach out to them to have any conversations you want. So again, it's just a way to kind of automate and put your name out there in order to be able to set yourself up for success. So what I want you all to do, my challenge to you all, whether you're alive in this class or you're watching this recording later on, I want everybody to go out and create a Google business page. Once you've done that, I want all of your focus to be on getting reviews. Keep in mind, a Google review does not Google review does not have to be a past client. It can be somebody that knows you, that trusts you, that loves you, that just wants to validate who you are and why you would be a really great real estate agent. Now, you should have a majority of them past clients. Don't get me wrong. Please don't hear, I don't need any past clients on here, because client testimonials will get you a lot further than your mom saying, hey, they're a great person and trust me, they'll do a good job selling your house. So I hope you understand what I'm saying there. But I want you all to go out, create a Google business page, start adding content to it. Schedule time once per week where you go in, you upload at least one picture to your page, or you make a blog post. And you can go back and watch our videos. I've already done a video on how to create a blog post using ChatGPT and some other things, and go in and start filling these pages up. The sooner you start, the better off you're going to be. And this does take a little time to gain some traction, but I promise you, if you start this today and you're consistently in it every week for a year from now, you're going to be getting business from Google, probably sooner than a year from now. But I would personally guarantee you within 1 year, you start to get business and phone calls straight from Google just by creating a Google page that'll take you an hour or less. So any questions on how to create the Google page or how to best use the Google page? Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this meeting up. We do have, just a FYI, we have contracts training starting at 11:30. So if you're attending that with me, we're going over purchase agreements today. So hop back on at 11:30 and I'll see you all then. See ya.